Another couple of very cold days are in store for me here in Kansas City, Missouri, as the polar vortex heads back this direction. But fortunately, I have a space heater. I'm staying somewhere that's not very insulated, but I am thinking of some new creative ways of surviving this urban terrain. In particular, tonight, there's a few tents here, and I am going to put up a tent tonight, put the space heater in the tent. So instead of just sleeping flat on the floor like I normally do, what I will do is put the space heater in the tent, so hopefully I can retain some of the heat. Now, I wanted to make this video first thing in the morning, straight out of bed, and kind of share my compassion for people that are stuck in abusive relationships. And last night, I heard what appeared to be a crackhead, a crackheaded woman with nothing but a t-shirt on, no shoes, mind you, walking down that big window, walking down the street alongside the window, screaming, you know, "I'll suck your dick," or "I just sucked your dick," or something to that effect to someone walking on the other side of the street. Again, yes, I'm reminded I'm back in the city, and this is not just Kansas City. You can see that behavior in Dallas. I've seen it in Portland. It is a part of city life. People that are living these microcosmic master-slave relationships, mirroring, like Ghetto Physics, the documentary points out, the microcosmic master-slave relationship. I really wish the producers of that film did more work to get that out there, either on YouTube or through some other means. I still haven't found a free way to watch the film, but yet people have been raving about the film for several years. But the point is they made a documentary about comparing the pimp-ho relationship to our relationship to government or the state. And it's a very good comparison because there's a lot to compare there. You know, you could write several books about it. And if more people understood the situation we're in with government this way, more people would consider, at least I would hope, their own enslavement. So I felt for this woman last night. Obviously, there must be some fantastic, top-grade cocaine in this neighborhood. Well, it is Kansas City. It is a major trade route. I've also heard it's a major, like Portland, it's a major hub for sex trafficking. So it just kind of, it didn't break my heart, but it was sad to see that she's in a situation where she's going to have those things happen. But earlier in the week, there was a woman walking down the street, and there was a man walking behind her. And I don't know how well you're going to see this from my camera, but it's going to be easier for me to show you this way than to edit it in. And what he's basically doing is aggressively hitting her on the head. That's what I'm filming. She tries to take her top off, as far as her head, her hoodie. She tries to take her hoodie off somewhere around this point. I move over to get a better position. He puts her hoodie back on her head. So that tells me a number of things. Okay? I've seen outrageous behavior. I've seen, even in Portland, a man kind of go, "Ooh, I'm going to hit you. Ooh, I'm going to hit you. Yeah, ooh, this is sexy, isn't it?" It was like on 82nd and Powell. And she was a young white girl, looked like maybe she was a young prostitute. And she's like, "Yes, master. Yes, daddy. Yes, uh-huh. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I'm scared." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm definitely going to hit you any minute." She's like, "Oh, yeah, you're definitely going to hit me any minute. Ooh, that's just so sexy." And, you know, they do this pouty thing with their lips. And there's definitely a lot of, you know, animalistic body language. Okay, here's the whole friggin' point. This is earth politics. Pimp, ho, earth politics. I think the earth is a beautiful place. I think that we are in a physical plane of reality that's got a lot of this master-slave relationship shit going on. And we see it from the microcosm to the macrocosm. And there are films out there that talk about this to help people get out of the paradigm. And I think that people need to think about getting out of the paradigm of being either a pimp or a hoe. Because there's a lot of people that are pimping people off against each other. pitting people off against each other, pipping people off, selling people, abusing people, hurting people, getting people high so they can fuck with them or fuck them. So that's predatory behavior. That's sick. I'm against that. But there's also a lot of people that are staying down and taking it. It's like, this is a very weird petri dish. I think a lot of people need to look a little closer. They don't have to get religious, but look a little closer as to why they're on Earth with these type of things going on. This is anything but a collective shift in consciousness. And there's a lot of people talking about the shift is here, the shift is here. I think there are energies, there are things taking place, solar cycles that can really aid some of us that want to have a major shift in our life. And we're at a critical point, a critical junction in the rest of the future of the Earth and what happens from here on out, even though I think a lot of things have already been predetermined. There may be a little bit of destiny, but there's definitely free will. We can definitely make things a positive experience for us on Earth, at least part of the time. We certainly cannot make it all pleasurable all of the time, and I don't believe that life is about that. Just, having a party and partying like it's 1999. There's a reason why we suffer. There's a reason why life strikes us sometimes. Literally sometimes through the person of someone trying to be our fucking pimp. Or even for some of us that are men when we're struck or attacked by other men that want us to be their bitches. Maybe not in a sexual sense, but they want us to be their workers, their grunts, their drones, their killers. And there's a lot of ways that men pimp their own ass out to other men for money. But they don't think of it as something that demoralizes them. They think they're a bigger man because they have money. Because what? They've gone out and killed themselves for money. So there's ways that men can be hoes too. But it's in a different level. And sometimes the same level. You can look up sexual assaults in the military. It's not just towards women. There's something really funky about men raping other men. Not that it's not wrong. Not like I haven't raged against the rapist machine of women throughout time, many times in my history here on YouTube and making videos and going on Access TV. But let me say this. There's a lot of different things I want to share. Well, I went over to a friend's Facebook page, a woman that I've admired for years, and she's posting about a story about an old woman, a grandmother, who got beat up, she's just bloodied, by some other younger woman that robbed her. And she said, I hope she gets what she deserves in jail. What she's talking about is getting fucked. When I see women hope that other women get violated because of something that they've done, even if they did something heinous, is it really right to hope that something happens to them? One thing that I've said for years is the way this direction is going, if this country is ever occupied, because we've become so apathetic and decadent in this nation, and because the U.S. has done so many heinous things over the years, I think that we can have a major sex trafficking problem in our country that other foreign governments would be involved in. So it would be bigger than the current problems that America has with sex trafficking. In other words, we would be in an arena that we've never been before, at least not for a long time, at least not a situation that Americans have been in for a long time, to where, we're looking down the street and it's mostly men because a lot of the women have been taken. Or a lot of the men are killed and the armies are here and they're having their way with the women, like what the Japanese did to the Chinese, the rape of Na King. A lot of American men and women are completely ignorant to the ways of war and what actually happens when countries are invaded and occupied. One of the reasons why is because their country's been doing a lot of the occupying, the United States. There's a lot of things that have been covered up about what life is really like on the other side of the globe or the pond. What really happens behind the scenes in a war zone, where little kids are really taken on C-130s and unloaded. Kids, of course, that go missing from war zones, that are on the record missing, but have actually been taken because someone intends to molest or rape them. And war zones are the places where these human traffickers with government ties are often found. Okay. Because I don't like what this government has done to Afghanistan and Iraq, should I wish horrible things to happen to American women? when this country is occupied by China, Russia, perhaps other countries as well, in a future coalition to stop the U.S. in about 10 years. There's a lot of people that are foreseeing the event of world war and America actually being stopped by a greater coalition, but what people don't see is the amount of anger that's being harbored and harvested and generated, and how in war situations, violence and anger towards a country is often taken against those countries' women. As the men doing the rapists say, fuck you, this is what you deserve for being your kind. Fuck you, we own you. This is the nature of the sexual predator that's been alive on the planet for thousands of years. It's in us. It's physically in our DNA and wiring. It's what it means to be human, unfortunately, is to be fucked by other humans, whether you consent to or not. Someone's going to get fucked. There's beautiful aspects of life on Earth, but I'm telling you, something's coming down the wire. Now, without deviating and getting back to the point of the pimp-hoe relationship, there are people that have talked about a collective shift in consciousness for years when they should be focusing on the individual shift in consciousness. And what I'm saying is there's some bad shit coming to America, and we should get ready for it. But I'm trying to cover so many different bases. We should not wish in any circumstance for women to be violated or hurt because we're angry at them. So when this person says this on Facebook, this woman did this wrong, she should get gang raped. That we are a sick society for even wishing that the legacy of rape continue. We need to stop the rape, we need to stop the killing, we need to stop the pimpo relationship. Put your fucking guns down, you fucking Bloods and you Crips. And for those of you who act like your Bloods and your Crips, with your Democrat or Republican flags, with your national flags, with your fucking wannabe race war rhetoric, fuck you all. I know a lot of those people aren't even watching this channel, so I'm not getting emotional and upset. I used to get really angry on Access Television because I was directly talking to sheeple. And if I was back on Access TV, I would let that beast out again, and I'd do it again. I don't in any way am ashamed or wish I didn't do what I did years ago, when I got loud and I got upset and I showed emotion because it needed to be shown. I don't see enough emotion shown by the women of this world, even though women are more known for being emotional than men. I don't see enough emotion from the women of this world when it comes to other women being affected, raped, or held under by some form of darkness that is obviously occupying the earth, a spirit of evil. I've referenced it many times. So therefore, there is no collective shift in consciousness. There is only your shift. What's going on with you? Your greater evolution. It's like, in a way, this is really all about you because you have nothing to do with someone else's evolution. This is about you. It may seem selfish, but it's not selfish. Your life is about your spiritual evolution to evolve out of the pimp-ho reality. I don't know exactly what lies beyond Earth, but I'm not afraid of the afterlife. And in my understanding, I'm trying to get out of this earth realm. So I live in a world where there's more, you can call it equality, you can call it peace. Love is another word that comes to mind. I want to earn my right to be in a better world. The only way I want to come back to this type of reality, this physical pimpo reality where someone's fucking somebody, is to be a gosh darn superhero and be able to literally do some serious damage to the systems of evil. If I ever come back to Earth in a physical, mortal form like I am right now, I will consider that further punishment for something that's obviously got me kicked out of a higher domain of reality. Something that I suspect many, many times, that I myself am fallen for even being on Earth at this time. I'm not a hoe. I'm not a pimp. And I would like to see a lot of hoes and pimps cease and desist from their ways. But until we see massive shift out there in the streets, and we see people treating each other better, whatever color they are, whatever city they're in, we're going to continue to be in this type of physical reality. So work to evolve yourself, And do not lose yourself in empty fantasies about the whole world changing in your lifetime. Do what you can to evolve.